Oh, thank you so much for clicking on an episode of SideFlick. I got so much to tell you about, so let's get into it. Some of the things we'll be discussing here today, guys, is we've got a ton of updates on Sonic Movie 3 that we're going to dive into. We got our first look at the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie. How are we feeling on it? And some new details about the Predator movie releasing next year that have me hyped. Oh, we're going to get into that along with so much more, so you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and look, sorry guys, this week has been extremely hectic. At the beginning of the week, my younger brother broke his arm, and since I'm one of the only people in the family that works from home, I was taking him to the hospital and doctor visits. In fact, today at 5 in the morning, I took him to go get surgery on his arm that he needed, and so with that, I just wasn't able to get to all the juicy movie news that's been happening. I did take this photo in his hospital bed that I forced my brother to take as punishment, but thankfully he's going to fully recover. But for anybody wondering, man, a lot of stuff's dropping and Chris is silent. Did he die? Inside, maybe, but not physically. So a lot of this side flick will be catching up on stuff that happened earlier in the week, and then in today's live stream, I'll be giving you even more news that I couldn't fit all into this one side flick. And for those of you who don't watch live streams, just subscribe to the Clips channel, and I'll be posting those news stories there too. So with that out of the way, let's just dive into our first story, and I want to start off with a trailer that released this week for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Starting off, gotta say, love the trailer, love this franchise, cannot wait to see this movie, and it's so sad to think this could honestly be the last Mission Impossible movie. I say possibly, one, because we know Hollywood and the way they love to do things. When they makes money, they'll churn out as many as they can, but also there have been behind the scenes reports that Tom Cruise was pushing against the studio marketing this movie as the final Mission Impossible film because he feels like he's still got a couple more left in him. But all-powerful Tom Cruise might not have gotten his way this time, as it's very clear, The Final Reckoning. Not going with Dead Reckoning Part 2 when the first film was called Part 1. I think this is all aftermath with the last film not performing as well as they wanted financially, so now they're just kind of ready to end the series. And if this movie is great, I kind of don't mind it. The Mission Impossible franchise has been the most consistently good action franchise. Like, it is unbelievable how good these movies keep being. And with this final film, yeah, they are trying to bring everything full circle. There's Easter eggs and things that hint to previous movies like Mission Impossible 3, my personal favorite Mission Impossible, giving us idea that we might finally find out what the rabbit's foot is. Some people don't want that mystery solved, but I want to know what that rabbit's foot does. I've been wanting to know for years, so you got to tell me, Mr. Cruise. So I am all in for this movie. I hope it's great. Honestly, worst case scenario is the movie is just good. And just a good Mission Impossible movie is a disappointing Mission Impossible movie, because most of them are peak. Let me know what you guys thought about the final trailer for Mission Impossible, and do you think this will be the last movie? And well, since we are talking about trailers, we got a couple of them up and coming, man. It is no secret we're gonna get the Sonic 3 trailer any day now. They've just started releasing more and more marketing material, and heck, not even kidding, your boy received a little DM from the Sonic movies, and they offered to send me something. I can't wait to get it, and I'll unbox it here on the channel, but that is most likely coming any day now. I'm thinking Thanksgiving week, but we have some other more for sure dates on other things like the Minecraft movie. Daniel RPK, who is most reliable when he's giving us trailer dates, and he's letting us know the new Minecraft trailer will be released on the 19th. And I am for sure curious what this next Minecraft trailer is, because although I don't think we had a Sonic the Hedgehog situation, which they were afraid of, where the design and look of the movie was so bad that they needed to go back to the drawing board and rework things, but at the same time, there was a lot of outcry. A lot of people upset, not happy with the feel of the movie, and I think it's just more the giant contrast of living human people in this blocky CGI world. Feel like almost if it was just entirely CGI, it'd be a lot more digestible to people, you know? So obviously with all that backlash and it having a huge dislike ratio, you gotta think the studio and the people involved are like, all right, we blew our first shot. A lot of people didn't like that. Our second trailer is now trying to win them over. This might be the trailer that just spoils a bunch of the coolest things in the movie, because now it's just trying to make sure people show up at the theater. So I want to know, what are you hoping to see out of the next Minecraft trailer? This next trailer, I think, has a lot to prove to the fans. I still think this movie's going to make buckets of money, because admit it, even if you know this movie's going to suck, you're going to go see it. Right? It's one of those movies that could be awful, but would still make so much money. Like the Venom movies. Congrats on 400 mil, Venom! But again, let me know what you want to see out of the Minecraft trailer. And well, another trailer I wanted to talk about here that is due any day now, probably any week, I should say, is James Gunn's Superman movie. He has made it no secret the past couple of days online that the trailer is done. It is finished. We had a fan reaching out to James Gunn online saying, when is the Superman trailer coming out? Because I'm seeing Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts trailer, Peacemaker 2 first look, even the new Mission Impossible trailer. And I'm like, where is the Superman trailer at? And James Gunn responded, it's on my hard drive. But seriously, all three of those projects come out months before us. And so right there, James Gunn has proven the Superman trailer is done. It is ready. You don't have a trailer locked away in someone's hard drive all set to go if you're going to release it in like 6 months, 3 months. No. This trailer is coming out, I want to say, within a month's time. Or just to be more accurate, before the end of this year, we will be seeing our first look at this Superman film. But what kind of look will it be? This is where the debate is starting to begin, because we have heard rumors that, you know, this Superman trailer is going to show a lot, like Superman going into his Fortress of Solitude. Some rumors even that he'll fight like a giant kaiju in the movie, which could hint at that first look where there's some weird beam action going on in Metropolis. But then there are other people bringing up, you know, with big movies like this, Warner Brothers has a history of making the first trailer something that actually isn't really part of the movie, but teases it. Think back to the first Barbie trailer. And yeah, that trailer was very much just a tease, something simple and basic, not really giving you a whole lot, but at least making you aware, hey, this is coming, set your calendars and be ready. That's what I'm wondering with this Superman trailer. Is it going to be a majority of just marketing material that doesn't necessarily show us what's in the actual movie? Or is it going to be a traditional trailer that's just like a minute 30 seconds or 2 minutes long, and then that just shows us into this world a little bit? Part of me would kind of like the teaser that is just made of marketing material. I kind of missed that. You guys remember the first ever teaser for the live action Scooby-Doo movie? It was being built up like a new Batman film, but it was Scooby-Doo. And they don't really make teasers like that anymore, where it's footage that isn't really from the movie, but that lets you know, hey, this is in the works, this is the vibe, come see us. Like, I wish they would do that more, because that way you're not ruining something in the movie, and you do get at least a look and a feel of what the movie's gonna be like. So I don't know, we'll see, guys, but James Gunn says the trailer is on his hard drive. Who wants to break into James Gunn's house with me? All right, let's do it. Moving on now to our first look at the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Now, last night, there was a flurry, and not of the Mick variety, but the internet was going crazy because we got our first look at the live action How to Train Your Dragon movie, where we have known they have finished filming for a few months now, and that a trailer was due online any day. Well, it looks like a trailer has already started playing in theaters, and some people have gotten screen grabs and posted them online. Now, I'm still kind of scared to post these in this video because I'm still traumatized from the last time I made a Minecraft leak video. But I did, however, make a YouTube short showing you these leaks and the look of it. So you could just go to my shorts page on YouTube and it'll be right there, the first video. So I'm going to be talking about it like you've already seen it. But because of that leak and the internet going crazy, it was obvious the studio had to respond and do something. So it was no surprise this morning, out of nowhere, they revealed our official first look of the movie. No dragons, no Toothless in this first look, but we do see Mason Thames as Hiccup in a scene that's very reminiscent from the original movie. And honestly, that's my main takeaway from these first look photos or the leaked photos, is it looks like they are gonna be recreating this movie shot for shot in live action form. And that's a little worrisome for me, because if it's just a shot for shot remake, I feel then the movie has little point to exist, especially with the Toothless design being identical to the design in the animated movie. Like, yeah, this right here, what Toothless is like in the original film, that's exactly what he's like in live action, just with realistic textures. And for the most part, people are very happy with that design because it is the Toothless they remember, and it's not much of a change from what they know. There is a small group of people complaining or going, what's the point then of trying to interpret this in live action if you're not going to adapt it a little bit? They brought up photos from the How to Train Your Dragon live action action musical, where you can see that musical try taking realistic depictions of an interpreted dragon. And I kind of like that, but I know if that was the official design in the movie, we'd have a lot more uproar. We have a lot more people pissed, so it's probably just better they went the safe route. But I do think if you're just not going to do anything new with the movie, and it will just be shot for shot what the original film did, then what's the point? To me, if you're going to do that, yes, you need to do the iconic moments of the film, but then you need to enhance some of the stuff that you didn't do in the original film, like maybe spend more time with the mom or the dad, or see a different side of Hiccup, or add a couple of new things. But again, with these just being the first looks, maybe they just want to familiarize people with this world again and be like, hey, you remember this? Come see it. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and this is also Universal. It's not Disney, so that's kind of interesting in itself to see how a completely different studio is going to handle live action adaptations, because so far we've just been seeing how Disney does it, and most of the time it doesn't go as well as we'd like. But overall, I still will say I'm happy with the look, the feel of it. I can't wait for a trailer. Still excited for the movie. I just hope it really isn't a shot-for-shot remake. How are you guys feeling on the first look of the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie? And well, something else that got revealed earlier today that has me so excited is plot details for Predator's Badlands, the new Predator movie we're getting in the year 2025. It's been kind of confusing with the last plot details they revealed. If you don't remember, all we heard is that it would be about twin sisters who are being set out into the world for the first time, and obviously that did piss off a lot of people. I was more concerned with just how vague the plot sounded. I was like, oh, I was hoping for like the samurai or cowboy storyline, but remember, we did hear a report that they are giving us an anthology Predator movie where we are going to get those exact kind of stories. Predator versus samurais, Predators versus cowboys. It'll be a movie animated form where Predators fight different warriors from different eras. So I'm just happy we're getting that at least. But back to Predator Badlands, since this is the live action movie, I was just wanting more plot details, and now these new ones that they dropped along with the first look have me going crazy. So we have here the director, Dan Trachtenberg, who was also the director behind Prey, where he lets us know this will be one of the first Predator movies that has the Predator as the main character. He says here, the creature is front and center, leading the charge. He's still badass, but there's something there that touches you emotionally to creating a character you connect with, but are also super intimidated by. He's still badass, but there's something there that touches you emotionally too, creating a character you connect with, but are also super intimidated by. Has been challenging, but exciting. The idea, he says, came from a desire to find another essential piece of cinema that does what Prey did spiritually, pushing the franchise's boundaries, letting us root for a hero we rarely get to root for, but in a different way. And that transformed into this big idea of rooting for the Predator. Finally, the ugly mother effer's day has come. I am so happy. Dan Trachtenberg has the right idea, not just with Predator, but with franchises like this. Series like Predator, Alien, Terminator, Jurassic Park, these are movies that have gotten stale with every sequel because they just try to recycle things that have been done in other movies. The reason Prey felt refreshing and new is because they were going a little bit back to the basics. They were giving us a Native American versus an early day Predator that isn't as high tech as we're used to, and it just created a nice story. And now he's trying to keep that same line of thinking. How do I keep it fresh and entertaining and not just repeat things? Have a Predator be the main character. That is a brilliant way to go with this, and I think it's going to solve one of the many complaints we've had with the Predator franchise, and that's that the Predator, for being an ultimate warrior, loses like 80 to 90% of the time in his films, making that ratio of winning not so great. So to now flip it and have the Predator be the main character, we kind of see him go on the hunt, what he sees from his POV, we'll kind of sympathize with him, but we'll also be intimidated by him. It sets him up for a pretty cool victory by the end of that movie, and we could root for that. So count me now super excited for Predator Badlands. I at first had my doubts a little bit because I was like, where does this go? I do want to see a Predator fight a big warrior, but kind of seeing it this way where we'll see it from the perspective of the Predator, This is a good idea. I throw it off to you guys. What do you think about this next Predator movie being told from the perspective of the Predator? Bringing us here to talk about some Sonic 3. Now, there's actually been a lot of Sonic news, and I'm going to cover one half of it here, and then in today's live stream, so I have something to talk about, I'll be talking about the new suit that Dr. Robotnik / Eggman is going to be getting in the movie, because we did get our first look at that. But for now, earlier in the week, there was an Entertainment Weekly article with a bunch of new looks at the movie. Stuff like the two Robotniks right next to each other, the trio eating at the Chow Cafe, probably the worst looking shot out of the entire Sonic 3 movie. I can say that because the entire rest of that trailer and everything else looks amazing, but you gotta admit, this is giving horrible green screen vibes. It's giving that same look that one shot from Spider-Man No Way Home had with Flash Thompson. That's what I'm getting from this shot. But hey, I'm still happy just to see Shadow next to Robotnik, Gerald, Agent Stone, who, hint, hint, I did get to meet and shoot a vlog with. That is coming up in the works. Little hint and tease for you. But come on, the greatest photo out of all these that were released is my boy Shadow in the rain, doing his best Batman impression.
October 31st. It's raining in Green Hills, and I'm here without an umbrella. But it's okay, because I'm the Shadow. No, literally, my name is Shadow. I'm not just the Shadows. My name is Shadow.
Oh, Oscar worthy, right? But all those looks and stuff were nice, and the article as a whole is cool, just talking about how excited the cast is for the movie, how the director really wanted to get the story of Shadow and Maria right, which is what I'm really excited about, to see how that plays out into the film. At the end of this article, though, he does tease what they're planning for Sonic 4, where he says, it's fun to see fans debate online about who's coming up next, who's going to be teased at the end of the film. We have a lot of the same conversations. We've all got our favorites in the filmmaking side, and we're all making great cases for it should be this one or that one. It is fun to keep that anticipation. The movie is no different in terms of teasing new characters. And just that alone has got the Sonic movie community going crazy. Who is the character teased at the end of this film? Honestly, I feel like if you're hoping for an Amy, a Silver, or a Rouge to be somewhere in the film, like I remember people were like circling stuff and going, there's someone hiding right there. They CGI'd them out Marvel style, and people are even doing that now with this photo, saying that this big gap is left there for another secret character. I'm not really sure about that. I feel like any secret character will just be someone teased at the end of the movie, and honestly, my money's on Amy. I think Amy is the most logical choice to be introduced in the film, to be someone that's like, hey, there's a bigger world out there. You've had a lot of fun on Earth. Now we got to go hopping to these other planets because other people need your help. And I think that's what will be happening. But if not Amy, a big popular one is Silver, which, yeah, I do think would be a cool one, especially since he's a character from the future. Although I feel like that would be a better story for like Sonic 5, since we know they probably want to make a whole new trilogy. And I think the next Sonic trilogy is going to look very different than what we saw now. I do think it'll be more planet hopping stuff outside of Earth. Might not be seeing Donut Lord or a lot of these other characters much. Sorry, Wade Whipple fans. At least that would be my hope for the franchise. Whatever the case, I can't wait. And yo, I just want Metal Sonic. When can I get Metal Sonic in there? But this truly is the last movie of this year I am just unbelievably hyped for. Who are your guys' guesses for the secret character at the end of Sonic Movie 3? But that is all movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. There will be so much more movie news during the live stream, so be sure you have your notifications and are subscribed for that. Look out for other reviews for movies I need to catch up on. Love your faces. Appreciate your patience. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.